1 year ago, we got rank 3 7-star champions. What will Cyber Weekend 2024 give us this year? Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Marvel Contest of Champion. And in this video, we will look at the last big offer, which was July 4th of 2024, the last Cyber Weekend, and I'm going to give my predictions for Cyber Weekend 2024 and what we can expect to get. All right, so I have a picture up here of our July 4th called the Sinister Sentinel Sideshow Sale. Say that 15 times fast. So this is from July 4th. It was June 28th. You can see the bottom. It says June 28th to July 5th. Technically, it was over July 4th weekend, but July 4th, I think, was like during the week this year. So it was, they did it a little earlier. Hey, I do want to give an ask out to everybody. If you like this video, hit the like button. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Okay, so here we have the Sinister Showdown Sideshow Sale. What was the big thing that we got out of this? The big thing we got for 6,700 units was it looks like a 7-star crystal and a 1 to 2 rank up gem that's proven to uncollected. And these go by Cavalier to Paragon, so you have to be proven, I'm guessing, proven to get the rewards out of this. And then we got a 2 to 3, so this is for a 7-star. That was pretty good. You got a 4 to 5 rank up gem, and it looks like you could choose possibly what you're going to get, and an Abyss Nexus crystal. That you could choose the class for that too. That was pretty good. Cavalier to Paragon got a Titan crystal. That was massive. And they got a 2 to 3 rank up gem for a 7-star. So this puts you on the road to getting those 3 rank or 2. I think it was 2 rank 3 7-stars. And you got a Titan Nexus crystal, which we really hadn't seen before. And then the big ultimate prize for Valiant was a 2 to 3 rank up gem for essentially a class, and then a generic one. And what was this last one here? A 2023 champion selector. I love it when they give those. And I think you also got a Titan crystal, a Nexus crystal, or a launch pool selector. So those are pretty good. But these were the unit. So this was 750. You got one. 3,000, you got one. 7,500, you got one. 6,700, and then 6,750. So there was a lot of units that you did have to spend. So this is, what is this? 13,500, 21,000, 24,000. It was about almost 25,000 units for all this stuff. Okay. And then there were so what we're looking at this year, I think, is something equivalent to this for Cyber Weekend, because they always kind of follow the last big offer event, and something akin to this. But we'll get into that. And then for the pay to play, these were the offers that came to you if you bought like the Odin. And that was proven to uncollected. So the big prize out of that was a 6-star Nexus and a 1 to 2 rank up gem for a you got get to uncollected and get to Cavalier. So for Cavalier, there was a different one. And then for Cavalier to Paragon, the big one was half, not even half. It was like 30% of a Titan crystal, a 7-star crystal, and you could start to build up. You got half of a tier 3 basic or tier 3 alpha. And then Valiant, we got a lot of good stuff. So they always have one of these, just, I hope these go away, these junky relic offers that nobody gets. but we were getting a class 7-star crystal and or 20,000 7-star shards. We got 1.5 tier 3 alpha, and again about a third of a Titan crystal. And then, we got other good stuff too. So that was the last big offer, which was July 4th weekend. Now, we also, this is one of my older videos, and these were the offers from a year ago. So 1 year ago, we did Cyber Weekend. So this is Cyber Weekend 2023, and you'll see the big pay offer here was a quarter of a Titan crystal, a 7-star, and half of a tier 4 alpha catalyst. I'm sorry, it's tier 4 alpha. These are tier 4 alphas and tier 4 alpha catalyst fragments. That's a tier 3 alpha. I misspoke. But you got half. Now, that was the pay to play offers. From the Black Panther, we got tier 6 class catalyst selector. We got a tier 6 basic, 5 of them, and 5 tier 3 alphas, which you needed a lot of these to get your champions. There's 7 stars that you got because you had to get them up to rank 3. And then we had our Tony Stark's briefcase, which was some more 7-star shards, tier 5 class catalyst selectors, and then some more tier 3 alpha and tier 6 basic, and some tier 5 basic. And then when we go through this, the unit offer that we got was we get to look at a commercial. I am so happy that we get to look. I'm glad that my videos are that popular. And here we go. Okay, so we had the bundle. And it was in the underground market. And so you got offers that range from 1,000 units to 5,000 units, I believe. Now, this is for me, and this is before I was Valiant, because I was not Valiant at this time. And these were all locked for me, but I became Valiant this weekend and was able to open all of these. So the big one, I believe, was... these were locked until I bought some other things as well. One of these was a Valiant bundle. But the big ones that were in here, again, there was tier 4 alpha catalyst, alpha catalyst in this, and some tier 4 alpha catalyst fragments. So in addition, a year ago, we got the banquet event, which is coming back this year. The banquet event last year was December 20th to January 3rd. It'll probably be roughly in that range. Cyber Weekend last year was on November 24th. And then we got the Road to the Crypt. That was like the first. So if we do all this in chronological order, we got the Necropolis first. And that's also when they announced the new progression title of Valiant. That was a year ago. That was almost a year ago. That was on November 15th. And then they started this Road to the Crypt offer, which we got good stuff if we died. They were basically counting the number of deaths that everybody had, the death counter. And then right after that, we got Cyber Weekend 2023. Right after that, we got the banquet event, and then we got Valiant. Now, what do I predict I think is we're going to see this year? Well, we're not seeing a new progression titles because they haven't yet even come out with Act 9, Chapter 2. We're still... Act 9, Chapter 1 is the only one that's out right now. Act 9, Chapter 2 is in beta. Act 9... So let's go to the game, because it's really important to look at what the rewards are here for the Act 9. And we've got Chapter 1, and these are like the latest rewards for anything. So we've got 2 1-2 rank up gems. We've got a 7-star That's just a generic. It's a 7-star class crystal selector. We've got half of a Titan crystal. And then multiple Tier 4 alphas. We've got some generic Sig Stones. We've got a full Tier 4 alpha catalyst fragment. We've got some of a Titan. So it's still not a full Titan crystal. And then a bunch of Tier 6 class catalyst crystals, a 7-star crystal, and then some Tier 3 alpha and some Tier 6 basic. So still, these are not enough for what we need and what I think is going to happen for the next rank up. So if we look at Photon, who is a rank 3, we can get the Tier 4 alpha now. We can get the Tier 6 class, the Tier 6 basic, the Tier 3 alpha catalyst. What we can't get and what is not available in the game right now is Tier 7 basic. I don't think that we are going to see any Tier 7 basic with this offer, for Cyber Weekend. What I think we're going to see, and let me go back to this right here. What I think we're going to see is a lot more fully formed Tier 4 alpha catalysts. We are going to see more of these fully formed Titan crystals, and we've gotten Titan Nexus crystals, so we may see Titan Nexus crystals. We are going to probably see more 7-star, fully formed 7-star crystals, I believe. They're probably going to throw in some Tier 2 primordial dust, a lot of Tier 6 class catalysts. And if we go back up here to the offers that were given, we'll see some rank up gems. Maybe this time around we're going to finally see a 7-star awakening gem. I think that we'll see that. I think that will be like the top prize. We're not going to see any rank 4 materials for 7 stars, probably until they announce a new progression title. Progression titles happen every 18 months. I've looked at every progression title from the time they announced Uncollected all the way up to Valiant, and they've happened every 18 months. So last year, our progression title was on November 15th. We are not due for another one until May or June. I think that Act 9, Chapter 2 will come out sometime in January, probably at the end of January. And I think Act 9, Chapter 3 will come out after that, right around that period that we're supposed to be getting a new progression title. So I'm predicting that they're going to say that we have to have Act 9, Chapter 3 done, and we're going to have a certain number of champions ranked to rank 4, a certain number of 7 stars. So if we look on here, Valiant says, let's go back to the game here. So Valiant says, complete Book 2, Act 2, Chapter 3. Book 2, Act 2 is actually Act 8. So Act 8, Chapter 3, but if you look, Act 8 doesn't have just 3 chapters. Act 8 has 4 chapters. So only the 3rd chapter was out when we were at that. So you just had to complete it, and then you had to have rank up 2 7-star champions to rank 3. So my 2 were Photon and Hulk, I believe. That was it. And then I got a 3rd one that weekend after that, which I believe was Shuri. So you had to have 2 rank 3 7-stars, and you had to have completed Act 8, Chapter 3. So I think that we're going to have a completion of Act 9, Chapter 3, and at least 2 rank 4 7-stars. And they will, you won't be able to do that unless you 100% something. They may have another hard story content that comes out like Necropolis. You had 100% Necropolis on November 15th. to have any chance of becoming Valiant that weekend, because the tier 4s were only in Necropolis. You couldn't get them anywhere else. So you had to complete Act 8, Chapter 3. You had to get the 2, but to get the 2 7-star rank 3s, you had to 100% Necropolis at the time. Or the other path, and they talked about this during a web stream, or you had to wait until Cyber Weekend and you completed Necropolis, which gave you a rank up gem to rank 1 to rank 3, and then you bought your way to another rank 3, which is what I did for to become Valiant on Cyber Weekend. So I think that's going to happen. That's probably going to be closer to July 4th weekend. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of this stuff happen in June for new progression title. But for this particular Cyber Weekend, I think that we are going to see more of this type of stuff. So this is from July 4th again, more of this type of stuff. But I think we're going to see an Awakening gem, or maybe an Awakening gem crystal for 7 stars. I think we're going to see more 7-star signature stones, probably generics, because those weren't. You don't see those here. There's 10 here. That's basically it. They didn't give out very many. We had these like funky ones for the Saga champs. They just didn't. These were very rare at the time. I think we're going to see more. I think we're going to see more of this. More of these Titan Nexus crystals. I think we're going to see more of these rank up gems for rank 2 to 3 and 1 to 2. And I think the big thing is going to be an Awakening gem or gem crystal for 7 stars. All right. That is what I have for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.